Hello, welcome to the Knowledge Catalog, and in this video we are going to tackle the 5 motives of curriculum development as it is seen in the history of education. The development of curriculum in history is basically founded in 5 outstanding motives. So the following are their explanations. The first motive is political. Policies on education always address fundamental political questions in the sense that debates on education inevitably include alternative views of good education and good society. Instead of looking for the political, it seems to be more fruitful to look for different ways of expressing the political. This, in turn, might contribute to a more nuanced debate on which political perspectives will be most productive in developing the curriculum research field. Now, there are 3 different views on the political. The first one is a personal over socialized view based on personal experiences. The second one is a social in which it focuses on social interactions and societal implications. And the third is an impersonal, under-socialized view on science. Curriculum development that is driven by political motives, it is looking at the different roles of different members of the society. It is going to look at these roles and then try to look at the different motives that are either personal, social, and even under-socialized, and try to identify how can the curriculum develop these kinds of people. That are capable of being functional units of the society. So ayun. Actually, this political motive of curriculum development is not something that I really have understood on a very deep level. Ayan. So the next one is the religious motive. So I guess man that this is quite you'll agree that this is the most common what do you call this motive. Okay, parang when we say religious motive for education, this is like much self-explanatory. Being in the Philippines and having seen so many tawag doon, having seen so many times in movies, in books, even how religion has influenced not just actually our education system, but our life, okay, for 300 years. And actually that is still going on up until now because Spanish influences are still around. Say yung mga naging part ng kultura natin that came from Spanish, that has Spanish origins. So yeah, inspiring and guiding human actions, religious philosophy lights up the foundation of knowledge, thus influencing human minds. When the United States took over the Philippines in the first half of the century, the justifications for colonizing were to Christianize and to democratize. So the feeling was that these goals could be achieved only through mass education, and up until then, education was reserved for a small elite. Now, most of the teachers who went to the Philippines were Protestants, and many were even Protestant ministers. And there was a strong prejudice among some of these teachers against Catholics, since this Protestant group instituted and controlled the system of public education in the Philippines during the American colonial period, which it exerted a strong influence. And then subsequently, the balance has shifted to reflect much stronger influence by the Catholic majority. During the pre-colonial period, we have seen that meron lang parang merong ang pinaka role ng education is to make good husbands and make good wives out of young boys and girls. Fathers or husbands are supposed to teach younger boys to how to hunt and how to make a living. Earn a living for their families. It's the influence is not really religious, if you're gonna ask me. However, merong mga aspects din ang pre-colonial education na medyo may pagka-religious din. Merong mga religious motives. Say, they put babaylans and Catalonans being the wiser ones in the barangay as the teachers of young boys and girls. So meron siyang konting religious motive in that because inevitable yung pag-teach ng mga rituals, ng mga siguro even conduct by the Babaylan and Catalans. Now comes the Spanish colonial period na marami sa mga na-establish na schools were Catholic schools. They were governed, the curriculum was even designed by religious leaders. Inevitably, yung naging major focus talaga ng education noon is Christianity. Or isa sa mga major focuses ng education noon is Christianity, which is a religion. You see, curriculum development, it's the influence that it gets from religion is really big. Be it what kind of religion we're talking about, malaki ang role na pinaplay ng immediate religion sa education system na malapit sa kanya. So, yun. Ayan, so we may not have, we did not talk about Islam, pero it also follows that kapag ang isang place is, Islamic, a country is Islamic, it also goes that the curriculum is going to involve or include topics or even subjects that are Islam related. Ayan. So, yeah, that one. Next is utilitarian. The utilitarian perspective of education focuses on producing students who will be able to fit into society at an elite level and contribute as a productive citizen. The utilitarian perspective has been used for many years around the world as a formal schooling basis with the intention of benefiting the elite and wealthy families and individuals. It is structured around a standardized curriculum, quantifiable testing of student performance, age-related classes, which leads to a certification for those who can afford the education and succeed. Now, the aim of this perspective of education is not to identify individual talents or interests, but to teach a set of curriculum where students learn and memorize information so they can be tested. The utilitarian form of education provides financial security and social status for the individuals and their families if they are successful. Ayan. The next one is mass education motive. Mass education is an invention of the early industrial revolution and it is often thought of as a made of control. The people who designed this system had the goal of distributing the trained workers to the right positions at the right time in the right place. By doing so, they can maintain a society that aims for the best productivity they could achieve. This is educating the masses so that the mass is also going to progress as one. The system provides a chance for promoting social opportunity. The first industrial revolution helps disperse society into two main classes, the workers and the bosses. But it also created a middle class that had origin from poor people who dreamt of an abundant life. For these people, they see the schools and institutions as a chance for networking to other classes for their future purposes. Interestingly, these schools somehow become a mini version of the near future society, where there is, again, a working class, a boss class, or the higher class, and then the middle class. Okay, the next one, the last one actually, is motive for excellence in education. The focus is on the way in which education can discover and stimulate the diverse talents of children. Now, quick question. Which of the other motives for education is contrasting that characteristic of this motive? Again, which of the previous motives in education is contrasting this motive in a way that yung excellence in education, it gives focus sa diverse talents ng children. Alin sa mga ibang motives ang hindi binibigyan ng pansin yun? Okay, I'll give you time. Okay, so we said explicitly that utilitarian, it does not give much importance uh, to the identification of individual talents and interests. Whereas excellence in education is doing just that. So, first question to be addressed is certainly the question, which talents are we talking about? In the future, society will need excellent scientists able to shape future societal changes, innovative artists designing new and creative approaches, philosophers with a critical view of the spirit of society, and technicians who build the infrastructure for a sustainable economy. Now, at the same time, society will need people that feel responsible for the society and act according to that responsibility. Excellence not only has to do with cognition and learning outcomes, but also with soft skills such as cooperation, responsibility, communicative skills, and dialogue, creativity, and metacognition. Furthermore, citizens need to be able to question critically and permanently society and culture and to think out of the box. So, we are aiming for excellence in the motive for excellence in education. We're aiming to educate the masses so that they would be able to fit at in a particular kind of role in the society in the future. For utilitarian, we want them to be standardized. We want to give them a standard test, like all of them. We believe that um, we don't have to focus on individual interests. And the religious naman, we believe that religion, faith, or beliefs are things that will that will make the curriculum more effective. And then the political naman, we believe that the person must be able to be, we must be able to shape the person into a functional part, a functional unit, functional member of the society. This is a knowledge catalog. Thank you so much.